Hey Gemini, this is your fall 2020 forecast. We're going to go ahead and get into this, you guys, because karma is on your side. She is about to kick some ass as we go into the fall season, all right? Now, many of you were dealing with some shady ass people. Just going to put it out there. Many of you were dealing with some shady people. You gave them your heart. You gave them your soul. You gave them everything that they needed to feel safe with you, loved. You know, you put yourself out there, all right? And in return, what you ended up getting was someone who, one, was ungrateful, and two, someone who ended up stabbing you in the back in the long run. 7 of Swords came out. 3 of Swords. Many of you are still dealing with that heartbreak. The biggest thing that Spirit wants you to understand from this, one, is that you harness this immense amount of strength, okay, that you don't even give yourself credit for. Strength card came out, all right? And so many of you are feeling like, hey, you know, I messed up. This is probably going to be my last chance. Maybe they did this to me because of this quirk that I have, or because I'm working on healing this thing. And Spirit wants you to be reminded of the fact that no one deserves to have their trust, okay, betrayed. No one. There is nothing that you did to make this person betray your trust. This person is just shady. And the true parts of them started to come out now because you are well on your way to becoming the person that you always were meant to be, okay? The Death card came out here. Many of you are going through your own personal transformations, okay? And I think many of you already sensed this because once that disconnect happened, once that person betrayed you, for a lot of you back in the day, you would just cry your heart out, be so upset. Lord, why did they do this to me? Why did they betray me? And now today, many of you are like, oh, okay. That's how we rolling. All right. I'm just going to pick myself up. I'm just going to move and keep it moving. It is what it is. And that's because many of you are embarking upon a new season. Okay. You've done a lot of spiritual work. You've done a lot of inner emotional work for you to get to this point. So don't worry about the fact that this person betrayed you, because karma is going to take care of them. Justice card we have here, 5 of Cups in reverse. Karma is going to come to them in a way that they have least expected it. All right. Because I think for many of you, this person betrayed your trust, especially when it comes to love issues, probably already had someone else in mind when they left you behind. So they left you high and dry so they can live this nice romantic life, right? And Spirit is just like, they think that they're getting away with this. No, they are not. All right? So stop holding yourself hostage thinking about this situation. 5 of Cups in reverse. Stop doing it. Because karma is going to come for that person. They will not get away with betraying you the way that they've done. What Spirit is now wanting you to focus in on, one, is to ground yourself. 7 of Wands in reverse. Many of you are not grounded. You're busy in this anxious sort of vibe, worrying about if you would ever, have a connection with someone like that again. Or are you just destined to be single? And Spirit is like, all of this good stuff, all of this good qualities that you have, and you worried about if you're good enough, sweetie, they should be worried about if they're good enough for you. Change the narrative. Many of you need to change the narrative. Now, the Magician card came out in reverse. Many of you have spiritual gifts that are still laying dormant. Girl, pick up those tarot cards. Pick up your pendulum, your crystal ball. Take those courses. Write down those dreams. Don't allow yourself to fall behind because of this person's deeds. They're in your past now, and Spirit is taking care of them. All right? Spirit is also saying, stop doubting the choice that you made. Some of you are doubting because you allowed this person to have what they want. You allowed them to walk away. You went your own separate way. And you're wondering, should I have done that? Or should I have worked things out with them? And Spirit is saying you did what you had to do. So stop beating yourself up over it. You don't want to have someone in your space who sees nothing wrong with disrespecting you, who sees nothing wrong with using you and abusing your kindness. 7 of Pentacles. Also, many of you are giving up too early on some of your own personal endeavors as well, whether that's career or business related. Many of you are doubting yourself, and it's time for you to stop beating yourself up so much. I think many of you are just so in your own head. Like you're to the point where you nitpick everything about yourself. And you're like, I wish I'd have done this. I wish I would have done that. I messed up here. I could have did this better. I could have did that better. And Spirit is like, shh. Now is the time to quiet your mind. Now is the time to meditate. Look at this sort of setback. Many of you are looking at it as a setback, and Spirit is saying, no, I'm setting you up so that you can walk into what it is I'm preparing for you. Because right now, the entire world is on sort of like pause mode because of COVID. We all are sort of stuck home still a little bit. And because of that, many of us have to reckon with what things that we're trying to heal, things that we're trying to deal with. All right. Spirit is saying you are taking a break right now to breathe because I'm trying to get you back on track so that you can be able to access what it is that you've always wanted to access. 3 of Cups. Spirit is saying, I'm going to bring better people into your life. Stop mourning over that one person, all right, who chose to be an asshole. I'm going to bring people who actually care about you into your life, your soul family. But it's going to be important, again, for you to find your balance. Again, 7 of Wands in reverse. You're going to have to find your balance because when I bring them into your life, the only way for you to recognize them and their true intentions is for you to quiet your mind long enough so that you can recognize exactly who they are. Some of you have been worrying yourself to death about work, overworking yourselves. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Just because you overwork yourself or worry yourself, it is not going to fix that situation for you. Some of you have been asked to take a break because you were doing too much for too long. Your bodies couldn't handle it. And so Spirit said, hey, you don't want to take a break? I'm going to make you take one. Now is the time for you to look at all of those things you wanted to accomplish, the business that you wanted to get off the ground. Spirit is saying, go back to that. Go back to doing what makes you happy. All right, because that's what you are meant to do at this point. I had to move that person out your life because they didn't know what they wanted out of life. And I couldn't have them interfere with all of the things that I had coming in your life. I didn't want them to interfere with that. So I had to move them. 3 of Cups came out again for you guys. And this is what I believe is saying with this 3 of Cups energy. Many of you are going to also meet a divine counterpart. Okay. When I say divine counterpart, it could be a twin flame. It could be a soulmate. Remember, we have more souls, more than one soul rather, that we are connected to. You're going to find that out later. Whereas you thought, hey, I had this super close connection with this person. And later on you meet another person and you're like, I have a super close connection with them too. And you're going to meet another person that's going to be the same thing. And that's because we are souls having a human experience. Many of us have reincarnated more than once. And so when we recognize a soul, our spirit sort of gravitates toward that person. And Spirit is saying, you're busy crying over someone who made their choice. And that you have all of these other options I'm about to send you. Why are you crying? Why are you fretting? The only thing you've done was made room for the blessings that are about to come your way. You made room for the people who are going to be supportive of you. right? Who's going to show you the care and concern you deserve, who's going to reciprocate that energy. You're just making room for them. The Strength card also came out for you guys. Gemini, have courage. All right? There is nothing that you need to fret. I believe Spirit is saying to you guys, this hurt and pain that you feel is not going to last, because better things are absolutely coming for you. All right? But karma is coming in for that person. The betrayal, the hurt, the pain, that's not going to go unnoticed. Now is the time for you to focus on you, worry about you, and not about them. All right? Gemini, if you want a personalized reading, please feel free to send an email to katrina@pisceanspirituality.org. All readings have a 24-hour turnaround at the moment. So if you want additional information, just go ahead and send that email over to me. Thank you so much for listening, and have a wonderful weekend.